My name's Jim Milby.
Hi, my name is Lisa.
My name is Patrick Driscoll.
My name is Manuel Colon, and I identify as a gay man.
And I identify as a queer woman.
I identify as a homosexual male.
I am a gay male.
I decided to go abroad because it's always been one of my passions is to travel and to learn about other people's cultures.
For Peace Corps, I went to the Republic of Paraguay in South America.
I had the opportunity to go to Senegal.
So I went to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil.
I ended up serving in Ghana, West Africa, and I got invited, not really knowing much about Ghana.
I was nervous in that I didn't know what to expect.
I was initially kind of ready, mentally prepared to, I guess in terms of being a gay male, jump back into the closet since homosexuality is illegal in Senegal.
And they said, you do have to think about, where you're going as a member of certain communities. And they said, the LGBTQ community.
It's a Latin American country, so there's thoughts of machismo or kind of traditional gender roles that I was really concerned about.
I have been out of the closet for like half of my life already at the time, and I didn't feel comfortable going back into it. And I was like, well, how am I going to be my authentic self?
It ended up being not really that big of an issue since nobody talked about sexuality, straight, gay, nothing.
I had a pretty good experience in that respect because, as soon as I landed in Rio, it was Carnival, which is kind of paradoxical because a lot of people will cross-dress and wear these, really crazy costumes, and it's a big party time. But, they have their, the gay parties, quote unquote, throughout the city. So I got kind of a warm welcome in that way.
Part of what you do as a Peace Corps volunteer is you want to connect with the people you work with, your community, but outing yourself or kind of owning a proud gay identity could put you at risk of not being able to work in schools, for example, or it could mean that certain elected officials are not going to want to associate with you. So I kind of straddled like one foot in the closet, one foot out, depending on who I was interacting with.
I probably was in the closet for like a day and a half. You're free to be who you are, and you meet a lot of host country nationals who are also very open, and they're like, that's cool, like, I don't think it's bad, and it's just always nice. But you do have to be a little bit weary about it.
In one of kind of that consultation calls I had with checking out to see if Paraguay was going to be a good fit for me, I remember telling the person, hey, I can maybe not vocalize that I'm gay, but there's lots of my identity in terms of the way I dress or the way I act that might give that away. Which to me, that was a logical statement to make. And the person said, well, a lot of that's cultural. Like what you're saying, you have to understand what that means culturally. And for me, that was really interesting. Like, oh, right, it might be very different culturally to be gay in South America.
There are places that really are hostile towards us, and we have to keep that in mind. But otherwise, go for it. Try to experience the community there as well, because you can learn so much.
For me, one of the things in terms of why I think more LGBTQ folks, youth or otherwise, need to be engaged in global experiences because queer people are a part of the American fabric. They're a part of the global community. So we also should be at those tables.
It could seem scary, but the world that's out there, it's so big, it's so beautiful. Everybody should have a chance to see it if you're lucky enough. And sometimes you just gotta take that first step.
And I'm Patrick.
My name's Jim.
I'm Manuel.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and it gets better.